Hello, everyone. Woo! We have folks are trickling in. We have already about 70 folks signed in online as well. My name is Sergio Morero. For those of you that I may not have met before, I'm managing director of Blue Ridge Labs. Blue Ridge Labs is the innovation lab of the Robin Hood Foundation, and we are super excited today to showcase for the Blue Ridge Labs Entrepreneurship in Residence Showcase, also known as the Fellowship. So round of applause for all of our entrepreneurs showcasing tonight. These founders, there's 26 founders in the cohort, and this program, just to FYI, is unlike any other program. It's not like another accelerator where folks are already running a venture. Folks enter with an idea or even before they've developed an idea. And there's two distinct phases to that work. One is research. Our cohort has researched and spoken with community members that have experience related to the challenges around poverty, and for over 1,000 hours collectively over the past 12 weeks. And they've listened, they've asked thoughtful questions, and they've sought to understand the pain points these individuals experience and build them into their solutions, which describes the next phase, which is the build phase, where they take those insights, they iterate, they test, they learn week to week. Right now, not to say this is the end of the journey, this is really the very beginning, but this is to show the snapshot of what they've learned and applied over the last, we say 12 weeks, but really 14-ish weeks. They started online before they joined us. We've had they've attended over 150 hours of structured sessions with experts over the last several weeks to go from zero to MVP, minimum viable product. But really, as I was reminded today with several conversations, the program has shaped the solutions just as much as they've shaped each other. And that's part of it, is being a founder is tough, sometimes lonely, and going through it together is part of that journey. So today we're celebrating their hard work, their vision, and ask you to engage with us. So in celebrating that, before we dive in to our first founder, we're gonna kick off today with Emery Aronson. She's Chief Knowledge Officer an advisor to the CEO at Robin Hood, to say a few words and really hear more about before we hear more from our incredible founders. So thank you.
Hi, thank you. So welcome to the Blue Ridge Lab Showcase for this year's Entrepreneurs in Residence. And thank you for joining us here and online. I want to thank Sergio and the team at Blue Ridge Labs, including Gayleen, Eugene, and Farah, who I think are all here, right? The fellows and the alums in the room and on Zoom, you know what goes into these programs. And make no mistake, the magic and creativity you will see comes through the very hard work of all those involved. Today, you'll hear about 13 or so tech innovations, new ventures created over the last few months to address pressing social needs. They offer alternative approaches to collective food delivery, to getting a tax ID number if not a citizen, to swapping your labor for skills training, to helping students navigate college, to helping people find jobs or other employment opportunities. You'll hear about several innovations around maternal health, or streamlining some of the medical issues, and many more. Trust me, you are in for quite an interesting time. Sergio has already explained what the Entrepreneur in Residence Fellowship is, but I want to share a little bit about the why. Why would Robin Hood, a poverty-fighting organization focused on economic mobility in New York City, have a program for not just early stage, but for the idea generation for early stage tech startups? The answer is simple. At Robinhood, we are looking to bring all the good thinking to addressing the issues of mobility from poverty that can be from every sector and at every stage. But with Blue Ridge Labs, we have an added factor that makes these solutions more likely to actively address the needs. That part of our special sauce is the Design Insight Group, about 5,000 strong now and composed of those for whom poverty is a lived experience. They serve as active members of the design process, working with founders who have their own lived experiences to ensure that what is proposed meets the needs. This is about impact. There are a few fields where you get the chance to see impact so immediately and always keep it in your line of sight. New York can be the city of hope and opportunity, but for many it is not. Robinhood exists so that the zip code where you were born does not predetermine your destiny. Blue Ridge Labs exists so that in doing this work, we bring the best of tech innovation and design thinking and personal experiences into creating solutions. And we are all here today to get a first glimpse of what the future can be. So thank you and enjoy.
Awesome. And before we, whoop, that's not working. Yeah. So just a reminder, 26 founders, 12 plus weeks focusing on finance, healthcare, education, and career advancement from many different organizations. Just a high level overview. We have some founders in the room for some of these organizations, calling out Propel. So thank you guys. Again, research, build phase, and from all different backgrounds. What we really wanted to show was this image of all their beautiful faces. Look at that group. Doesn't it look great? Yeah, woo! So you'll see and hear from them today. And we're super excited to dive into their stories. As we go along, it's the same link. If you want to connect to any of these founders, you can scan this link. This is not the first time you're gonna see it. It's our lookbook with the list of founders. You could click that and it goes right to their email and goes to their inbox. So without further ado, kicking it off to Mila, support.
Kayla is pregnant for the first time, and while she's excited, she doesn't have a great support system and has a million questions. Everything from what to eat as a diabetic to where to give birth in New York City. She calls around and finally finds a doctor that accepts her managed Medicaid plan. When that prenatal appointment comes, her obstetrician spends less than 4 minutes in the room with her. So Kayla leaves with all of her questions unanswered and with a gut feeling that she'll be alone during this pregnancy. Kayla's story is a real one and is shared by so many other women we've talked to in New York City. The US healthcare system is failing these women. There are 10,000 births a day and only 110 obstetricians per 10,000 live births. This care gap cannot be ignored because 3 of these 10,000 women giving birth every day will die, most for preventable reasons. The care gap is even worse for low-income communities. For the 41% of births covered by Medicaid, there are even fewer clinicians and the maternal mortality rate doubles. Women on Medicaid need more support and clinicians just simply don't have the time to provide it. My co-founder and I built Mila Support to help fill this massive maternal care and health equity gap. Our digital platform provides supplemental care to women and birthing people outside of their provider visits. Through our patient support hotline, trained on local knowledge, our AI-powered interactive birth plan, and guided prenatal appointment planning. All features are built with culturally competent and multilingual support. We're working to eradicate the information barrier that perinatal women face by scaling local information to be accessible beyond doulas and Facebook groups. We're harnessing the aligned incentives of all stakeholders, recognizing that clinicians and health plans want to adopt solutions that lead to better patient outcomes, cost savings, and increased capacity. We're currently kicking off conversations with managed care organizations who are the ultimate payer, while also talking to nonprofits and clinics interested in a paid pilot for their population early next year. We already have patients using our platform and giving us feedback. We're poised to become profitable quickly thanks to our lean tech-first approach. We have a per patient, per month subscription revenue model, along with incentives for decreased rates of C-sections and postpartum mental health. The Medicaid maternity market is massive and growing. We believe we can capture a market of 300,000 perinatal women on Medicaid in the first 5 years. After that, we'll scale into more states and further build out our product offering, tapping into our $4.5 billion potential Medicaid market. We are unique in the maternal care space for a few reasons. We are deliberately building for Medicaid, a population underserved by digital care solutions. We can serve additional geos with very little overhead, and we can partner with all types of organizations since we're supplementing the on-the-ground care. I'm Lindsay, and I've dedicated my career to increasing access to healthcare for underserved communities. I care deeply and understand challenges of building this space. My co-founder, Anna, has personally experienced care gaps, advocating for her Spanish-speaking immigrant mother, navigating OBGYN care in a system that was simply not built with her care in mind. Through Anna's experience building consumer products and my experience building in healthcare, we're the right team to tackle this problem and consider it a privilege to do so. If you're as excited as we are about this opportunity, we'd love to connect with you. We're looking for introductions to potential pilot partners, mission-driven engineers, and would love to connect with investors ahead of our raise next year. At Mila Support, we're reimagining what maternal care could look like for Kayla and all moms on Medicaid, a world where, regardless of your background or resources, every mom has the support they need for a happy and healthy pregnancy, birth, and motherhood. Thank you.
Hello, hello. This is not working. Hello, my name is Mary Pryor. I'm here with my co-founder and CTO, Jason Schoon, to talk to you about Prepare Prep. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, and I can say that skilled trades and union jobs held my family together. We came from very meager beginnings, but I come from a well-rooted background of hard work, and skilled trades provided a lot of sustainability, and it really did a lot of work and come to stability with my family as well. I say that all to say, when we talk about the issues that are happening in New York, we are navigating a 25% amount of the population that's currently dealing with poverty. There's over 100,000 skilled trades that are unfilled, and 125,000 more actually want income and workforce support. But we have systems that are orgs, workforce career agencies, career centers that are dealing with bad tech, bad data, blind spots. They're unsure of the benefits that come with apprenticeships and skilled trades. There's low retention across the board. It's a bureaucracy full of just mixed items that create an underwhelmed and overtaxed system. But enter Prepare Prep.
Prepare Prep is a SaaS platform that leverages AI and big data to equip our training providers, our government agencies, our workforce agencies, and our nonprofits the tools to pretty much give our users those resources that they would need alongside our training opportunities. And this gets bundled up as a tailored career pathway to success, among other things.
And there's a lot of items that come together for this. We're utilizing AI, API, secure servers that are important because you're considering the kind of data you're working with. And our infrastructure all is based on the fact that we can use AI for good and make a big impact in this way when it comes to workforce SaaS innovation. And that's important to note because when we talk about the skilled trades industry, which starts with apprenticeships, overall across a lifetime, these individuals can and will make more than someone who was in a non-skilled, non-unionized career. And through our testing, we've noticed that these percentages are really, really powerful and important to note, considering that we had users and organizations rooted in career improvement and development try this and be really, really impressed with the results. And compared to anything else that's out there, Job Zone, which is commonly used within New York State Department of Labor, we fill in a lot of the crucial gaps that provide first thinking tech innovation in a much needed space that's ripe for innovation. And our subscription model shows that we're thinking about the business revenue of even just acquiring 10% of our total market in the city. And when we get to the larger scalable opportunities, the sky really is the limit and beyond. We're talking about being able to make a huge difference in what happens when we can utilize and invite an amazing group to work with Jason and I, because our background comes rooted not only in the skills of advertising strategy, but also tech, security, DevOps, and we understand the importance of storytelling too. And our advisory board is pretty awesome as well. And not only are you just being a part of this journey as someone who's invited to join us and support us, but you're literally putting an opportunity in the hands of income pathways for people who need it the most. If 2,000 skilled workers entered this workforce today, there'd be over 20 million brought back to the city. So let's build this together. Please contact us and join us. And thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kieran, co-founder of Depin.
And I'm Day Lim, also co-founder of Depin.
As a first-gen low-income college student, I really struggled to build credit when I was in college. I didn't have any parents who could have a good credit score and just add me as an authorized user to their credit card. I barely had any credit history, and what I did have was just kind of bad. It took me until my mid-20s until I was able to build up a good enough score to eventually buy a home for my mom. Really proud of that. But since moving to the US a couple years ago, I've had to restart this journey all over again. And even up until today, we're not able to build credit and even get an average credit score to buy a home. This is a massive problem because students with thin credit pay more for college. Up to 67% more on private student loans, up to 3 times as much on rental deposits. And it's no surprise that as a result, 9 out of 10 dropouts from universities are due to financial reasons. That's why we're building Depin, so that students can build credit with each and every tuition payment. Depin offers a simple solution so that students could submit their payments into the credit bureaus and begin credit building. We think this is the right way to make credit building rewarding. It's fast, it builds credit, and it gives consumers more choice over what shows up in their credit file. For businesses, it helps increase customer retention and gives an increase to on-time payments. Our business model is super simple. We charge a 1% processing fee, which means for your average mobile phone plan, Depin will cost less than $1 a month. And we're building this solution in a massive market. There are $4 trillion in bill payments in the US every single year. And that means that if we capture just 1% of that with our processing fee, we would have a total addressable market of $40 billion. Since we're starting with university and colleges, we have a serviceable or attainable market of just $1.5 billion. Now, there's a reason why we think this solution is a great opportunity to harness. Depin exists in a space where there's actually today no current integrated credit building solutions at point of payment. We want to take advantage of these opportunities, and the universities that we're speaking to about it are super excited to work with us. But that's not all we want to do. For us, we're planning to leverage out and go across all payments, starting with telecoms. We just spoke to T-Mobile yesterday and that conversation went well, and eventually want to move on to all types of subscriptions and utilities.
So Team Depin has been moving fast and steady over the fellowship. From just 1 campus visit to Baruch, we have more than 200 users sign up on our waitlist. And from our weekly credit demos, we have managed to increase the credit scores of 30 credit-thin Americans by making them report their credit-eligible payments to boroughs, validating our model. And as Kieran has mentioned, we're currently in a weekly demo conversation with both CUNY and Stanford. Me, Kieran, and Angie are the people behind Depin, and I sincerely believe that we are the ideal team to build out the product. Our team combines expertise doing mortgage deals in Credit Suisse, leading partnerships in Google, and pushing state-of-the-art in vision models. But most importantly, we believe that we're building something that we wish we have had as a student. Because we're so enthusiastic about building our product, we have an ask. We'll love intro to any potential universities interested in demoing our product and investors with insight and experience in the field.
Awesome job. Oh, 2 microphones. Can I get this one? Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here this evening. I'm Tawny Pantig. The search for a better life by economic means has been the backdrop of my family's life to this very day. You see, my family comes from the Philippines, a country whose #1 export is workers, and that includes my parents. Work by any means necessary is a family motto, but I do not think my family is alone in this. In the US, there are 168.7 million workers, and at any one time, 28% of them are actively job searching. They're spending hours for days, weeks, months, if not years, searching and applying for jobs. But what happens when the job that you applied for, interviewed for, maybe even moved for, turns out to be fake or a scam? These are called ghost jobs, and they are wreaking havoc on today's job market. These are job postings that appear active but are already filled or were never real to begin with. Recent estimates suggest that 36% of all jobs posted online could be ghost jobs. So just think about that for a second. A third of the time, people are applying for jobs that aren't real. Workers deserve better, and this is why I started Common Resolve. We have a ghost job detection tool that's live on Google Chrome. You download it, it's in the background as you scan your jobs, and we can identify with a percentage how likely a job posting is real or not. Our competitors focus on walking you through the steps of how to do this manually or crowdsourcing this information. But our competitive advantage is that we automate these steps for you, doing it in seconds, saving you hours. And this value proposition is already resonating with our initial target audience of women between the ages of 21 to 35 who are hourly workers. We identified this initial target segment because we've seen that they are often actively job searching, tech savvy, and share resources with their communities, helping us grow organically. Our go-to-market strategy for engaging this audience is to engage them where they already are, which is online. Since launching our digital presence just a mere few weeks ago, we've had 3,022 posts viewed, 753 accounts reached, and 50+ members for our in-person community events, all through our educational and entertaining content. And we're just getting started. This is a massive market opportunity. We're looking at 47 million workers that collectively spend roughly 14 billion on platforms and marketplaces for job searches online. We make money through a monthly membership. So people will get free use of our tool for a limited time and then be prompted to pay a $25 monthly membership. And people are willing to pay for this because our users have told us that the total job search time that they have, our tool cuts down by 50%. And we're just getting started. Common Resolve will be the go-to platform when workers need a job, when they're in a job, and when they need to leave a job, because this company is for workers and by workers. And by workers, I mean a team with deep expertise in marketing, development, design, and labor organizing, all workers ourselves with lived experience of what it means to be at the receiving end of a ghost job. And 2025 is already looking very exciting for us. We have strategic partnerships with local libraries. We have upcoming media coverage. And we're so excited for you to join us. We're looking for strategic partnerships to get our tools out to more workers, advisors to help round out our product suite, and funding to help support our team to make it happen. Now, this isn't just business for me. This is about choice. This is about creating systems that benefit people rather than exploit them. So join me and Common Resolve in building a world where every job is real, every opportunity is genuine, and every worker has power.
Hi, my name is Amasafe, and I am the founder of Potluck. Meet Amy. Amy is a millennial woman of color who on March 31st, 2024, found herself in the emergency room, her third time in 2 years. In that same period, she had developed a compulsive eating habit, spending over $2,000 a month on takeout and gaining 90 pounds in the process. Her relationship with food had spiraled out of control and her health with it. Unfortunately, Amy's story is not unique. Poor diet is the leading risk factor for death in the United States. And while 100 million Americans struggle with diet-related diseases, existing solutions fail to address the critical root cause, which is loneliness. This affects 1 in 3 Americans and is at an all-time high. The reality is, building eating habits on your own is hard, and it requires support and motivation for you to turn intention into action. Enter Potluck. We help people build healthy habits through social connection and gamification. With Potluck, you can connect with people like yourselves by joining groups such as new moms or folks with PCOS for meal inspiration and accountability. You can track your meals with the power of AI easily, and you can achieve your goals through gamified incentives like team challenges and badges. This market is massive, and with the adoption of weight loss drugs like Ozempic surging, the need for behavioral long-term support is only more critical. To start, we're focusing on 18 to 44-year-old women of color as they are disproportionately represented by these 2 twin epidemics. Our go-to-market strategy is centered in meeting folks where they are. We'll partner with community health organizations, have events with trusted third spaces, and leverage food and wellness creators to meet folks who are chronically online. And we've already validated our proof of concept through 2 WhatsApp pilots with 2 community organizations. And the results have been encouraging. Over 87% of our users have successfully met their goals. And overwhelmingly, they attributed their success to peer support. This touches on an important hypothesis. People trust people like them more than they trust experts. And that trust is drives behavioral change. And that trust is also our competitive moat. Unlike expert-driven solutions, we offer a relatable alternative that makes eating well feel attainable. And nutrition support is just the beginning. Today, we charge wellness and fitness businesses for ads to meet our health-conscious consumers. But tomorrow, as we evolve and help users optimize their grocery spend and earn rewards for their behaviors, we'll earn subscription revenue as well as commissions. We will build the largest nutrition care ecosystem towards reimagining the world free of diet-related diseases. And this vision is ambitious, but here's why I'm uniquely qualified to bring this to life. Over the last 10 years, I've built my career in finance and impact, and as the lead for a consumer fintech product, I built a fintech product that leveraged behavioral science to help folks build financial habits. And on a personal note, Amy's story is actually my story. So I know this pain deeply. And as the eldest daughter of 6, I also know the transformative power of community. I started Potluck on a mission to heal my relationship with food. And I'm committed to, you're so funny. I'm committed to helping millions of Americans do the same. We're raising $100,000 to build V1 of our product and onboard key fractional talent. And we're also seeking advisors with expertise and trust in safety, as well as nutrition. Join us as we transform the way people eat, live, and take care of themselves and each other through food. Thank you.
I don't think this one works. All right. Yep. My name is Amanda, and this is Shaf, and we're working to modernize the home care industry with Koi Health. Did you know that the person feeding, bathing, and helping your loved one age with dignity earns about $35,000 per year? Do you think you could survive on this in New York City? Home health aides are underpaid, undervalued, and underutilized, and this has led to an extremely high turnover rate of nearly 80% across the industry. Aides often work at 2 to 3 different agencies just to cobble together a full schedule, and many still struggle financially.
But what if we could help home health aides earn an additional $9,000 per year? Our solution is Koi Health, which is an on-demand platform that matches family caregivers who need a break with home health aides looking to earn more. Aides can pick up additional higher wage shifts that fit with their finances and scheduling goals. Our key stakeholders are home health aides, home care agencies, and family caregivers, and we think they can all come away winners by working with Koi Health. Aides can earn more, agencies can improve retention, and family caregivers can get a break when they need it. Our business model is simple. We take a 10% commission on every successful match made on the platform. With an average transaction amount of $154, this is about $15 in revenue per transaction for Koi Health, and we think we can make about $5 million in revenue over our first 3 years. While we're initially focused on the New York City private pay market, we think there's an enormous opportunity to expand further and capture some of the billions of dollars spent on home care across the United States, and which is poised to grow by 3x over the next 10 years.
At Koi Health, our journey begins right here in the heart of New York City, where the caregiving crisis is deeply felt. Our go-to-market strategy starts with launching a pilot in New York City, partnering with home care agencies to test our platform. And by collaborating with organizations supporting caregivers and senior citizens, we aim to drive adoption and expand our reach. On top of that, once we've established a repeatable playbook here, we'll then scale across New York State to build on our momentum. To us, our differentiator is that we don't just offer care, we redefine it. Our platform provides on-demand care with licensed home health aides, supports non-recurring shifts, as well as integrates seamlessly with agency HR tools. And these are the unique features that we believe sets us apart in a very crowded market. And the early reactions have been extremely encouraging. We've engaged with 4 home care agencies, validating demand from payers. And we've also built a strong partnership for 2025, giving us access to 100,000 home health aides. On top of that, we've also interviewed 30 over caregivers and counting within the Robin Hood network, whose insights are helping us shape our platform as we speak. But what makes us the founders to solve this problem? Well, we're not just technologists and operators with a combine of 15 plus years of experience in data, engineering, strategy, and business development. We're also future caregivers ourselves. And we're determined to build a better system for our aging parents and the caregiving community at large. To us, this mission isn't just professional, it's personal. Our commitment is unwavering, and our next steps are clear. Build a web app to drive demand, launch a pilot with co-design partners, and scale statewide. But we can't do this alone. So that is why today we're asking for your help to help connect us with key stakeholders within the home care industry, as well as family caregivers looking for support. We'd also love to invite all of you to stay in touch with us as we gear up for our pre-seed raise in 2025 to help fund our pilot program and bring this vision to life. Together, let's create a future where caregivers thrive and families feel deeply supported with Koi Health. Thank you.
Hello. My name is Jonathan Morocco. And this past May, I graduated after 22 intense semesters and 4 degrees. And as a first-gen low-income student, I struggled every day with time management. And unfortunately, this isn't only a problem for me. There's 11 million first-gen students who also have this problem. That's why I'm building Dash, the AI browser homepage that I wish I had on day one. Did you know that 27% of first-gen low-income students graduate in 4 years, costing colleges $27 billion? I repeat, $27 billion in lost revenue annually. So how do we solve this problem? Dash helps students complete college by meeting students in the browser, opening up on every new tab. Our centerpiece is this countdown timer to the next important task. This helps with organization. And lastly, we have this AI prompting experience for students to know what to do and when to do it. Our initial market is B2B to C, and we'll sell to colleges a $99 per student per year deal. This is a 1 billion TAM. That's $99 for the 11 million first-gen students. And we believe if it works for first-gen students, it'll work for all students one day, expanding our market to $2 billion. Our initial beachhead market is a $50 million opportunity when we partner with federally funded TRIO programs. We do not want to use AI to replace people. We want to partner with TRIO, who already support the 500,000 first-gen students across 1,600 institutions with a $500 million budget. Our competitors are general productivity tools. We're the only AI-powered browser homepage for first-gen students. And our team is made up of first-gen low-income students with many stories of resilience and resourcefulness. Fun fact, I took the ACT 12 times. So I'm very persistent, so much so that I interviewed 100 educators, students, and experts about the first-gen achievement gap, and onboarded 20 New York City first-gen students onto our Dash MVP this semester, where students use our product for at least 4 weeks. And the students said that 100% of the students said that our platform was impactful, and 90% still use it. One student even rated us 8.5 out of 10. And despite popular opinion, the countdown timer does not cause crippling anxiety. Next steps, we have paid pilots with 4 TRIO programs supporting 500 students with the support of 4.0 Tiny Fellowship. And we're asking for $500,000 for our efforts. I want to end with a story about Aaliyah. So Aaliyah was one of my students. I was the dorm RA at Penn, and she was also a first-gen low-income student from Mississippi. Aaliyah graduated this past May. However, she suffered from unresolved mental health issues that left her with little to no time to apply for great job prospects. And she was forced back to Mississippi to work at her local gas station. If Aaliyah had Dash on day one, she would have spent less time catching up on everything and more time achieving the social mobility that she worked so hard for. And that's our ultimate goal. We want to turn college completion into social mobility for all students. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Everyone hear me? How's everyone doing? How's it? What?
There's a brief interlude.
Oh, I'm just so excited.
Round of applause to all our founders. We're not done yet. But since I have a captive audience, we took I know some of our friends at Samvid Ventures here. We took a page out of your book, and we're going to talk about Blue Ridge Labs for those that aren't familiar, virtually and in the room before we end. But just a snapshot of some of the work that we do for those that aren't familiar. Again, we're part of the Robin Hood Foundation, focus on helping launch early stage ventures that are fighting poverty. This is just, again, a snapshot of some of the organizations and some of the metrics that we measure. But again, it goes way beyond those metrics. It's like the people that we're serving. And Blue Ridge Labs itself, this is one program out of several. So this is the fellowship or the entrepreneurship fellowship, EIR Fellowship, that focuses on launching ventures. The Catalyst program focuses on accelerating those ventures, and the follow-on fund focuses on doubling down and backing those founders that have evidence of scaling, all supported by the Design Insight Group. And again, we've mentioned a little bit here, but it's grown to over 5,000 individuals across New York, and actually some of them have moved beyond, but mainly in New York, that have lived experience that these founders are interviewing, working with side by side, getting product feedback to make sure that things are built in alignment with real impact when they're deployed. And again, one of the things that is special is we say actually also the physical space, the labs itself. And I'll share more about that. But again, just to reiterate, Catalyst, these are some of the ventures like launching and preparing to scale. And these are just from the last cohort. 7 ventures raised 2 million right out of the gate, all utilizing AI for economic mobility. Some of the teams that have received follow-on funding up to $250K in investment to nonprofits and for-profits, and the Design Insight Group that focuses on supporting this community that's going from launch to scale, and showing some images of the labs that I didn't understand it, but while I understood it a long time ago as a founder myself over 10 years ago, I was a resident in the lab, and it is truly special to walk around and bump into folks that are struggling with different issues all related to poverty. There's this common thread. You don't have to explain to anybody why you're trying to do well for the world, and it's really nice actually, and supportive. And anytime you talk to someone about how to solve like the issue you're struggling with, everybody is more than excited to help. And I think that is a truly special thing. So in the world of virtual spaces, the physical space is really powerful. And now I will turn it over to the real people you came to see, our next founder, Jacob from EIR.
Cool. I'm not premature this time. I'm ready to go. Cool. Anyone else want to interrupt me? No, thanks for that, Sergio. That's great. So hi, I'm Jacob. I'm the co-founder of EIR, which is on a mission to blaze modern paths to the middle class. And I'm here to talk about what we're building. Cool. So EIR's story is really representative of my sisters. So I have 2 sisters who've really talented people. They're great writers. They're great with math. But this has never translated to meaningful work. They have had really tough time finding jobs because of their disabilities. And we would call my sisters hidden workers. And these are folks who are under or unemployed because they can't get through that first step in the job application process of getting to an interview. They get looked over in the resume process. And these people tend to be moms, people who have non-traditional paths to work, or people who struggle with disabilities. And why they end up being looked over is because these folks tend to have weaker networks, so they're required to go through cold application funnels. These funnels are laden with unwritten rules and recruiters who overlook and don't value their skills, and they lack the coaching and support to navigate the minutia of job searching. And there's 27 million of these workers in America. Now, that's a huge number of people who are locked out of jobs that can provide economic growth and stability. But it's also 27 people whose talents we as a society are missing out on. These are 27 assets that we are not utilizing correctly. And our institutions around job searching only make this problem worse. The tools that are available to these type of workers tend to not provide the critical guidance and support that are offered by, say, university career offices or tech platforms for high knowledge workers. And EIR is here to close this gap. And so how do we do that? Well, I'll tell you. So EIR is an all-in-one job search platform, and we have a job search co-pilot. And when taken together, these have been shown to 3x the number of interviews our job seekers are getting. So that's 3 times more chances job seekers have to show off their talents. And what I mean by all-in-one is instead of having to use 8 or 9 different tools to apply for one job, you can simply go to EIR and do it all in one place. And what's really powerful about that is that we can get all the data from that process into our centralized place. So we can get out the most robust data pipeline about job seeker profiles and the outcomes from applications. And this powers our intelligent matching and our data-backed coaching, which is the magic stuff that actually creates better job applicants. And this is from a real job seeker who applied to a math tutor role. Her first application was a little rough, but through some practice, she ended up landing the interview for this job and eventually actually got a job through EIR, which was pretty cool. And it was my sister. So I know it's for real. How cool is that? So Mary doesn't pay my salary, so let's talk about some money. So we currently generate revenue with paid job listings. We've already signed up one marketplace. We're looking to bring on a few more. We estimate this brings us in about $60 a year per user. And we're looking to grow to recruiting as a service down the road, offering solutions for employers. This will expand our unit economics and also broaden our user impact. We're excited about this two-step approach because it gives us a meaningful $200 million market to start with before we grow into the broader $12 billion recruiting market. And our co-founder team has done this before. Edwin and I, my co-founder, who's right here filming me. Hi, Edwin. We built out Propel's nascent job board. Sergio has talked about Propel, which is a platform for Americans with low income. And we also have the product and data know-how to build a user-centric, data-driven product. And so we're looking for more trailblazers. Come and join us if you want. If you have the means, we'd love to talk about an investment. We're seeking about a $100,000 pre-seed raise at the moment. We always are looking for smart people who want to tell us what we're doing wrong. So come tell us, come give us advice. And then also just follow along. We have a great newsletter. We send it out relatively frequently. We keep it fun, and we'll tell you what we're up to. So thank you so much.
Hey everyone, I'm Ollie Howie. I'm the CEO and founder of DocTalk. And DocTalk is Yelp for Medicaid patients to find medical pros on demand. People throughout New York City and throughout the US are not being seen. It's a major problem. Meet Maria. Maria is right there outside of an FQHC, a federally qualified health system, at around 8 a.m. in the morning when the FQHC was supposed to be open 30 minutes ago. She's been waiting 2 hours right before Thanksgiving, and she's a grandma and has to get home and start making food. And meet Neil. Neil could have been a plastic surgeon. He spent a lot of years in education, but instead he wanted to be at the ground level working with Medicaid patients at scale, but he spends 49% of his time on admin burden and not seeing patients. Unfortunately, Maria is not alone. There are 4.5 million people on Medicaid just in New York City, and 53% of them do not have quality access to primary care. Enter DocTalk, a new solution for anyone, the Marias of the world, to go in, search vetted providers, and get a streamlined process all the way from intake from home, where she's able to chat with our AI bot and her doctor when necessary, all the way to finding a doctor that's recommended and vetted for her that accepts Medicaid. And then we help Neil set up his practice online, be able to manage patients efficiently and effectively, do billing, scheduling, and follow up with patients on demand. And we also provide AI for him to make his clinical plans and provide recommendations. So Neil is now just spending time doing exactly what he wanted to do, treat the patients that he sees as needing it. Medicaid patients need care now, and DocTalk helps provide that care that they need. We provide this free platform for doctors, unlike ZocDoc or Teladoc that charge them an upfront cost. We just take a 3% processing fee when an actual interaction happens. We can do telehealth visits, texts, or we can facilitate an in-person visit. FQHCs and doctors that are focused on Medicaid patients are our target audience because not only do they have the heart for it, but they also get grants based on the number of patients they see. So they're really incentivized to see more. Just in New York City alone, our serviceable addressable market is over $340 million annually in revenue, given that 3% take rate. And if we zoom out and we're able to treat everyone in the US, 30 billion annually revenue opportunity is what we're looking at. Our go-to-market so far has been $0 in paid marketing, getting in front of doctors where they are and Medicaid patients where they are, and telling them, hey, it's free to sign up to get new patients for doctors, and hey, it's free to sign up if you have Medicaid for patients. We have amazing partners already. We already have our first clinic, FQHC, paying us $4,500 a month for add-on services, in addition to amazing partnerships that have helped us continue to reach our target market. And we have a pending contract with Carillion Clinic that could balloon our revenue pretty soon. Our competitors do a little bit of everything in different silos, but we're the only ones that do everything for Medicaid patients and medical pros that want to see them. Our competitive advantages include the free quality care that we offer and AI that's leading that provides time savings for doctors. We have early traction, 4.5K MRR and 9,000 in transaction volume already. And we have a vision of everybody being seen, no matter who you are and no matter your income level. So help us help these folks become more seen. I'm Ali Howie, the founder. I've scaled startups in the past, former CFO of AfriX. We raised over 20 million, backed by Y Combinator, Sequoia, and others. Neil spent time at PayPal. We have amazing health providers as well. So we're the team to do it. Help us help Medicaid patients at scale. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Clara, and I'm here to introduce Lololi, a platform connecting Medicaid-covered pregnant people with the support and care they deserve. Having a baby should be a joyful time in people's life, but the risks of having a baby without adequate support are profound. You probably know that the US has the worst maternal mortality rate in the developed world, and we're the only country where that rate has been increasing over time. Black women face particularly poor outcomes. They're 2.5 times more likely to die due to pregnancy-related complications than white women. And these deaths are not inevitable. More than 80% of them are preventable, which means we have the opportunity to change this story. One of the most evidence-based and cost-effective ways to improve maternal health outcomes is through doula care. Doulas are trained professionals that work with families during pregnancy, labor, and throughout the postpartum period to support them. Doula care is proven to improve maternal health outcomes. For example, if you work with a doula, you're about 50% less likely to have a preterm or low birth weight baby, which are two of the highest risk factors for infant mortality. You're also about 45% less likely to have a medically unnecessary C-section, preventing which saves both costs and lives. And you're 60% less likely to suffer from postpartum depression. In 2024, New York State expanded Medicaid to cover doula care, but only about 2% of the Medicaid recipients in New York City receive doula support during their pregnancy. There's two main reasons for this. One is a lack of awareness in the general population about both the medical benefits of doulas and the doula Medicaid benefit, and another is lack of supply. In all of New York State, there's about 100,000 Medicaid-covered births each year, and there's only 145 doulas registered with the state to cover this population. That's why we're building Lololi. Lololi is a platform that expands doula access for Medicaid-covered pregnancies. We're approaching both sides of the problem. For pregnant people, we offer virtual personalized doula matching and ongoing client education. And for doulas, we're focused on trying to make their work easier. We help with Medicaid registration and billing, and we offer comprehensive administrative services. Lololi will be a nonprofit with a blended revenue model. We anticipate being self-sustaining, with the majority of our revenue being from a 5% Medicaid transaction billing fee and a $25 a month subscription fee for doulas that use our software services. Our go-to-market strategy is twofold. We'll work with doula agencies and organizations to get more doulas registered with Medicaid. And for pregnant people, we'll focus on targeted social media content and partnerships with nonprofits and health centers. The doula market is steadily expanding, driven by a growing interest in utilization of doulas. For example, this year alone, 9 more states are in the process of expanding Medicaid to cover doula care, joining 17 other states, including New York. And the market's expanded to grow at about 7% over the next 7 years. We anticipate that we can position Lololi to be a leader in this market because we not only are building comprehensive software support, but we're also focused on this underserved Medicaid population. And we think our traction speaks for itself. 93% of the doulas that we've contacted thus far have signed up for Lololi pre-launch. And we're very proud that we're already matching 3 pregnant people with doulas. My wonderful co-founder, Sarah, and I have backgrounds in engineering, product, and finance, and we think that we have the right combination of skills to successfully launch this company. And we're raising $250,000 for a 6-month pilot program to match 300 people with doulas, and to further develop and launch our product. We're also interested in introductions to mentors, co-founders, and potential partners, especially with healthcare experience, who can help us grow and scale Liloli beyond New York State. At Liloli, we believe every pregnancy deserves quality care and meaningful support, and we invite you to join us on this journey.
All right, how's everyone doing? All right, let's get into it. I'm Darren with Vesta. We are creating pathways of financial empowerment for everyone. And we're starting by looking at retirement. So a lot of folks don't know there's a retirement crisis in this country. And my mom has told me personally that I'm her retirement plan. This is not true only for me and my co-founder Yanja, but also for the 100 million people in the USA that have zero money saved for retirement. So while this is a big problem, we're intentionally starting with the 12 million immigrant households that are relying on cash income, gig work, and are freelancing. In New York City, that's over 600,000 people. So now you know the problem. I want you to think about this the way I think about this. Retirement savings is one of the best ways to help folks with long-term financial empowerment and to achieve their broader financial goals and build wealth and prosperity. So what's our solution? We're intentionally building a solution that helps immigrants first, if they lack a tax ID number, get that ID number. A tax ID number for immigrants is an alternative to a social security number that lets them file taxes, report their income, and really is the foundation of achieving the American dream. From there, folks are able to get a bank account and create automated and emergency savings so they can cover emergencies. From there, we want folks to enroll in retirement savings, and we're excited to help them to automate that as well. So for folks that do automate their savings and are auto-enrolled in savings, over 70% don't touch that savings, which we think is a really, really big indicator of, again, folks' ability to build prosperity. So what's our business model? We're focused on working at first with immigration-focused nonprofit organizations and financial empowerment nonprofits. We're planning on charging them $1,000 a month for up to 50 ISIN registrations. Once we've started that pilot, we're excited to add on in 2025 a retirement pilot where we'll add an additional cost of $170 per month and expand to small businesses in addition to those nonprofits. This is a big opportunity. At over $10 billion, we think that we are the right team and the right folks to start and expand on this. As you look at our competition, we're intentionally targeting low-income populations and making a service that is free for them by charging the organizations they work with, and you want the service to be as virtual and as automation friendly as possible. So what's been our progress so far? Or what's our go-to-market strategy? You see on the slide a list of nonprofits that have been really excited to partner with us, two of which we've been working with already, and five will begin to expand with in 2025. We have one pilot employer partner lined up as well for 2025 also. So what's our early momentum? Since we've been in the program, we've had over 27 folks complete I-10 enrollments. That's the equivalent of 12.5K saved for these enrollees. In addition to that, we have 20 companies on our wait list and a pending 40K of contract value that we're excited to receive. So what's the team looking like? I'm Darren Liddell, founder and CEO. I've previously worked at many social impact companies, both nonprofit and for-profit, and I've got over 15 years of experience. We also have Yanja, who's my co-founder and product lead. Yanja is both experienced in product design, as well as has funded and founded a nonprofit focused on immigrants in the past. We're also working with our advisor, Dave Saminsky, who's really well connected to the nonprofits we're hoping to sell for in our earliest days. All right, so here's our quick timeline of what we're hoping to do in 2025. You'll see we're really excited to, again, expand with pilot partners and begin that retirement pilot. In addition to that, how can you help? We'd love for you to invest your treasure and invest in us as a company. You can also connect us with organizations focused on financial empowerment or immigrant justice, or join our mailing list and just follow along. If you scan this QR code, you can do all of that. And again, I'm Darren with Vesta, and we're really excited to help tackle the retirement crisis for low-income Americans in this country. Thank you so much.
Hey.
Don't start my time yet. Make me the one that breaks it. Okay. And then Not nervous at all. All right, I'm Anthony, and I'm working on Grouper, grocery delivery for low-income households who pay using food stamps. Actually, no, I got something else to say on that one. This isn't charity. It is a $120 billion market that was brought online in 2019, and less than 1% of these dollars are redeemed over the internet. That is what we're trying to solve. Now I can talk. I grew up on food stamps, and this was a source of shame that later became a professional calling. While at Wharton, I started Forage. Forage today processes payments, food stamps payments specifically, for the likes of Instacart, DoorDash, and others. Now today, my goal is to make grocery online affordable. As I mentioned, less than 1% of these dollars are redeemed over the internet, has very little to do with customer demand and a lot more to do with affordability. As you can imagine, this sucks. Folks want to use products like Instacart, but it's 40% more expensive. And as you can imagine, membership clubs like Amazon also come with a monthly fee. So these are the 3 key trends that I want you to pick up on. There's but so many places that poor people can afford to live. As a result, 70% of the spend lives in 50 cities. Number 2, 40 items make up 80% of spend that is routinely purchased. And lastly, folks get their stamps on the same day of every month. So as you can imagine, it's like a stampede of demand, and it's very cyclical. So we take these insights and convert them into competitive advantages. First and foremost, zero cost delivery. How do we do this? We consolidate orders based on when folks get their food stamps. Number 2, predictive logistics. We know what you're gonna buy, and we know when you're gonna get your money. This results in efficient operations, right? Think about DoorDash. Their average unit pick per hour is around 54. We're able to deliver 550 just because of that. So now, today, we have 200 grand in the bank, yay. But that was the result of a lot of work that was largely driven by Robinhood. First and foremost, 60 hours of user interviews to understand their pain points. Secondly, we collected $10,000 of receipt data to understand purchase patterns. After that, we launched a white glove pilot. And the cool thing about that is our average cart had 33 items and totaled $191. What did that tell you? The thesis was proven. 82% of their food stamp budget was consumed. All right, almost there. As far as what makes me so excited, first and foremost, I don't think you're gonna find somebody that's as comfortable as I am with my background in a NYCHA housing project. And if you do, let me know because I would love to hire them. Additionally, the predictable revenue. And then that third one, I'm gonna double click that on the coming slide. You see these 330 nodes? That's this network that I foresee becoming Grouper. And these 330 nodes represent a $1.5 billion market, and that's the size of Atlanta, right? Huge, a lot of population density. And then the other cool thing is this population density, the cyclical purchasing behavior results in 25.5% margins. And by comparison, Amazon Fresh has a cute 10%. In closing, how can you help? In your pockets, there's a phone. You scan that QR code, and I would love for you to sponsor a toy. Bronx River, we're doing a toy drive, and that's like a member activation event. And if you care to become part of our newsletter, I'll make sure based on just putting your email in the comments. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was amazing. Yeah. That was great. Congratulations, Anthony. Hello, my name is Cynthia, and I am the founder of WeSwap. I am an industrial engineer, Fulbright scholar, and product executive with over a decade of experience in Fortune 500 companies, driving innovations that have reached over 300 million people across 4 continents. And I come from a long line of gig workers. From cleaning people's houses to taking care of the ill to building roads, I realized firsthand that their struggles did not stem from a lack of commitment or work ethics, but from a lack of access to the right resources they needed to thrive. Like my family, there are 79 million gig workers in the US. And by 2027, half the workforce will be part of the gig economy. Yet 30 million are earning less than $25,000 a year. We've all heard the phrase, it takes money to make money. But for millions, getting to step 2 without step 1 isn't just frustrating, it's just simply impossible. This is why we built WeSwap, a platform inspired by ancestral wisdom and powered with modern technology where your talents, skills, and creations are the currency. My family, like many, were able to resist poverty by leaning in the power of the collective, taking care of each other's children, sharing a plate of food, or pooling resources. WeSwap leans on these long-standing strategies, structuring and scaling them to support even the ones that don't have a community around them. In 3 simple steps, we connect gig workers to opportunities for professional growth, unlocking sustainable pathways for wealth building. Our swappers go into a platform, create a profile, outsource tasks, upskill, or both, and offset the cost by leveraging their own talents as retributions. So with WeSwap, it doesn't take money to make money, it takes community. And community is at the heart of everything we do. Meet Unique. Unique was presented with the opportunity to take a profitable catering gig, but she would have had to turn it down had she not had the assistance she required to fulfill that order. Unique met Janelle through WeSwap, and together they created a shared value of over $1,000, giving Unique a tangible pathway out of the poverty loop. And this is just one of many stories. We've enabled 45 swaps equivalent to $6,000 in value. And we don't just have traction, we have people's trust, with over 80% of our super swappers recommending a friend to the site and 97% people rating us as a 10 out of 10. Our business model is straightforward. We offer access to upskilling and outsourcing at a fraction of the cost. Swaps aren't limited to one-to-one exchanges, and we earn a 10% fee for enabling these connections. Our market opportunity is huge. From our tests, we learned that the average swap equates to $125 in value, and gig workers are swapping around 6 times a month to unlock essential resources they need to thrive, such as marketing, web infrastructure, and manpower. We have identified 6 organizations with massive reach who combined serve over 700,000 gig workers in New York City. If we're able to serve just 10% of them at one paid swap per year, we're bringing close to $1 million just in New York City, just with these partners. Unlike other platforms, we provide access to professional growth, but we also offer flexible payment methods. This work is deeply personal to us. We are all gig worker legacies with professional backgrounds that have impacted over 1 billion people across the world. When we ask our users, how can we serve you better? Their answer is just very simple. We want more resources. So to meet this demand and scale our impact, we're looking for like-minded impact investors that can help us raise $500,000 that will help us unlock $3 million in revenue, impacting thousands of gig workers. We're also looking for introductions. We're happy to hear from you. And we're looking to volunteers and advisors to be part of the WeSwap community as well. So our company leans on 2 simple yet powerful concepts. Everyone has something to offer, and everyone has something they need. WeSwap is connecting the dots and reimagining a world where our ability to access resources and thrive is not solely defined by our bank accounts. Thank you.
Awesome. Before we close, just wanted to thank a number of people. There've been about 100 folks online, and some of them are in the room that have made this program possible. So first, to the Robin Hood Foundation for all of the funding, the support, for making this possible, that, you know, we're part of that legacy. So thank you to the coaches. Many of them are in the room that have spent so much time with these founders. And all the mentors, the speakers, the program takes, it takes many people to make this program a reality. And at this time, I want all the entrepreneurs that have participated in the program to come up to the center. And if we can give a round of applause to them. All of you guys, come up. Come in, because I know we're gonna end up. Yeah. Round of applause for these guys. Takes courage, guts, and yeah, they're building the future that's going to make a difference. So with that, we're going to open it up to for you all to spend some time with them. There will be food and drink outside. But thank you very much for coming. So, and thank all of you. Woo! All right. So that's it. And we will head to the room. So thanks again. Woo! All the